Good evening and welcome to the KCK Blue Devils Weekly Baseball Report, 6th edition. Another fine week with 3 wins and only 1 loss during a series. Let's take a look at the conference standings, and let's look at the West Division first. Leading the West is Hutchinson with 10-6 record. Tied for second place, Barton and Butler. Kansas actually tied also is Seward. So Barton, Butler, and Seward all tied for second place. Colby is in 5th place, actually tied with Cloud County for 5th. 7th place with a record of 8-8 is Garden City. Dodge City 4-12. And Pratt rounds out last place, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, 9th, with a 4-16 record. So 10-6 is the best record in the West half by Hutchinson. On the East half, Johnson County is tied with Cali, both of them with 14-2. They have only played 16 games, where KCK and Fort Scott and Highland have all played 20. So tied for first is Johnson and Cali with 14-2 record. In third place is the Blue Devils with a 17-3 record. And in fourth place, 12-8, are the Fort Scott Greyhounds. Coffeyville is in 5th place with an 8-8 record. In 6th is Allen County, 7-13. Neosho follows that up with a 5-11 record. Then Labette County 3-13, and then Highland 0-20. So as we take a look at the information as it lands, the Blue Devils are 30-8 overall. They're 17-3 in the conference in third place. They have a winning streak of 2. They're 15-0 at home. They're 8-7 away, and they are 7-1 at neutral sites. They've played a total of 38 games. Their batting average is .329 with 29 home runs. Tomorrow we will open up a 4-game set against Johnson County. Johnson County has played 37 games. They are 33-4 overall. They are 14-2 in the conference. They have a winning streak of 2. They have 33 home runs. Their batting average is .384. So we will be playing a 4-game set with Johnson County. To give you a little bit of information as to the common opponents played so far, KCK led off the year by sweeping 4 games from Labette County, and Johnson County also swept 4 from Labette. The next week was a 4-game sweep of Highland, and Johnson County also swept Highland. The third week, the Blue Devils win the first 3 of 4 from Allen County, and Johnson County took all 4 games from Allen County. Then the next common opponent is Fort Scott, and the Blue Devils took 3 of 4 of Fort Scott. Johnson County, their only 2 losses come to the Fort Scott Greyhounds, or from the Greyhounds, I should say. So only 2 losses for Johnson County. They both came from Fort Scott. The Blue Devils with 3 losses. 1 came from Fort Scott, 1 came from Neosho, and 1 came from Allen County. Johnson County has not yet played Neosho. So there's a little bit of a look at some of the things and the way that things are shaking down. So it looks to be a really good series The two games tomorrow will be 1 o'clock, followed by usually about 3 o'clock at KCK, and then on Saturday, the two games will be at Johnson County. I want to take a short break, throw a quick ad up on the screen. I'll get some other things ready, and we'll be back to talk about a little bit more. We'll be right back. All right, to take a look at some of the conference leaders, let's first take a look at some of the statistics by team. The leaders, the teams that are leading in average, Johnson County leads the conference with their batting average of .384. Fort Scott is in second place with .331, and the Blue Devils follow closely behind with .329. Home runs are led by Colby with 46, Hutchison with 45, then Fort Scott with 38, then Johnson County with 33, and down in 8th place are the Blue Devils with 25. But on the other hand, when it comes to triples, KCK is leading the conference with 23, Johnson County next with 19. When it comes to doubles, the leaders are the Blue Devils with 88 and Johnson County close behind with 87. So when it comes to the statistics, things look very close. So it'll be a great 4-game series between the first place Johnson County Cavaliers and the third place Blue Devils of KCK. Again, a reminder, the games are at KCK tomorrow. First game at 1, second game to follow that game fairly closely, about 20 to 30 minutes. And then on Saturday, it will be at the Johnson County Community College Complex. Looking forward to that outing. Some of the leaders in the conference. Batting average, Johnson County has Amakan Angelo with batting .547. In runs batted in, he also is leading the conference. In earned run average, Orlando Ortiz of KCK is third with a 2.38, and there is not a Johnson County pitcher that's in that tops in the ERA. Johnson County does have, although they have 2 actually in wins with 7 wins. Home runs are being led by Zach Schmidt of Hutchison Community College with 14. Let's take a look at some of the other stats for your Blue Devils. Wait for my computer to come around here just a little bit. Leading the Blue Devils in batting average is Kemper Bednar with a 383. Hinostroza, Harrison, and Harder followed up right after that with Hinostroza with 430. Caleb Harrison batting 356 actually, and Hinostroza as well. I jumped over to their on-base percentage. The RBI leader for the Blue Devils is Jose Sosa with 28, Tyler Henry with 27, and third is Trace Harder with 24. Home runs for the Blue Devils in that category. Henry and Sosa, Tyler Henry and Jose Sosa, tied with 4. Goodfellow, Harder, and Santiago each with 3. When it comes to triples, the Blue Devils have 2 players that are in the top of the conference. Tyler Henry has 6 triples, and Griffin Everett has 4. That is in the top 5 of the conference for the 2 of them. One of them was 1, and Henry was first, and Everett was 3rd, the last I had seen. When it comes to doubles, Jose Sosa has 12, Kevin Santiago has 11, and Bednar and Harder, Kemper Bednar and Trace Harder, have 10. Leading in hits, total number of hits for the Blue Devils, we'll bring that up real quick. That is led by Eric Hinostroza with 47, Harder with 45, Sosa with 44. Right along behind that, in the pitching category, go down and take a quick look at pitching stats. Leading with the best ERA for the Blue Devils is Mendez with a 1.50, Victor Gote with 2.55, Xavier Morin at 2.70, and then Ortiz with 3.0 in earned run average, and Ramos with 3.52, Soto with a 3.81. So those are your top pitchers and their stats. So once again, that's going to be it for tonight. Just want to remind you one more time that the 2 games tomorrow will be at KCK starting at 1, a 7-inning, then a 9, and then on Saturday at Johnson County, a 7 and then a 9. The number 1 Johnson County Cavaliers are going to stroll into KCK. Take a look at us here on 4Ts.com if you can't make it to the game. We'll look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Have a good evening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow afternoon.